So I do have Shelby, but she might be asleep now because it's been a few stories, but we are going to continue to read. So the story I have today is The Squirrels Who Squabbled, and I know that some of you wrote some great literary essays about this, and if you feel like writing or continuing to write about these, please share with me. I'd love to see. So this is The Squirrel Who Squabbled by Rachel Bright and Jim Field. I believe Jim Field is the illustrator. Let me get you the picture. In a towering forest where summer had been, the leaves turned gold as a cold wind blew in. And as autumn arrived with the sky raging red, the sleepiest creatures got ready for bed. While up in a tree swung a flightly young squirrel, who everyone knew as Spontaneous Cyril. Now, most foresty folk had seen to their needs, through plentiful months of mushrooms and seeds. They built up their stores so they'd all be well fed through the frosting of winter that glittered ahead. But Cyril, he lived in the now and the here. He'd adventured and partied his way through the year. So his cupboards was empty, his hollow was bare. He hadn't a mouthful of food anywhere. But wait, what was that over there? Take a look. A single lone pine cone wedged in a nook. He squealed with delight, and for very good reason, for inside were the very last nuts of the season. But Cyril wasn't alone. There were more hungry eyes. Yes, plan ahead, Bruce had his sights on the prize. Though he'd gathered fresh treasures of every sort, Bruce was convinced he was one pine cone short. I simply must have it, as he dreamt of the fresh, juicy pine nuts inside. So as Cyril set off on his way to the ground, Bruce, he was also last pine cone bound. They sprinted and scurried with no time to gamble. They scratched at the bark in their scampering scramble. But their panic and haste shook the tips of the spruce, and the pine cone, it trembled, and then it came loose. No shot. It's mine, shouted Cyril. No, mine, hollered Bruce. You don't stand a chance. Give up. It's no use. I'm hungry, cried Cyril. This cone is not yours. Stay back, shouted Bruce. This cone's mine for stores. Oh my goodness. It boinged over bushes and flew through the air, binged on the nose of a slumbering bear. It bounced over boulders, then came to a stop. Then teetered and wobbled and quivered and plop. Both squirrels followed. Oh, the water was fast. Would they learn that they needed each other at last? But each was intent on how he could win, so they didn't quite notice a bird swooping in. Cyril and Bruce, they watched in dismay as their cone disappeared up, and away. Come back, shouted Cyril. There are nuts, exclaimed Bruce. But all hope was gone. It was simply no use. And meanwhile, they drifted right up to a ledge. Greed, it was driving them. Look at the picture. Make a prediction. What's going to happen next? What do you think, Shelb? Over the edge. Cyril and Bruce, they had taken a fall. They were paying the price for wanting it all. They'd squandered their chances to team up and share. Would their nutty young hopes simply end in despair? bruised and bedraggled, they swept past dry land. Cyril grabbed at a branch with a trembling hand. Catching Bruce with the other, he heaved and he huffed and pulled him to safety with panting and puffs. They dragged themselves up with sputtering wriggles. Then Bruce looked at Cyril and exploded in giggles. "How silly are we," he managed to mutter. "How greedy I've been," he proclaimed with a sputter. "We shall change from today. May the squabbling cease. We should celebrate, seeing we're both in one piece." From that day and forward, they made a great pair. They would gather together and they found they could share. Yes, Cyril and Bruce, they knew in the end the best thing to share is a laugh with your friend. So, my friends, I know that some of you are at home and you're probably squabbling with your siblings. And I know that because I do it all the time. But I wonder if today you guys could work on maybe making a bird feeder or finding some nuts for squirrels or some animals in your yard. Shelby and I will talk to you later. Bye.